Oh, I'm so used to this. This is like literally my life. Go booty, go booty. I got
hi little, hi little, hi little, hi, 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 hi.
Oh, you're so cute. I want to kiss you, but I got makeup on my face.
Rip swig out.
Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope all of you guys are healthy and safe and well and all of that good stuff. If you hear clanking in the background, there's still construction in our neighborhood, so it's not really much I can do about that. If I wait, we won't have a video uploaded until 2022. So, you know what I'm gonna say. If you guys are not already subscribed, pause this video and press subscribe down below. Along with that, hit the bell notifications link so you know when a new video is going live. Okay, so let's get right into today's video. I have received a few questions from you guys. Yes, actually received questions because everyone likes to make fun of influencers. Like, so many of you guys have been asking me when in reality no one's been asking, but you guys have actually been asking how I like my breast pumps, what is my whole breastfeeding situation. So I figured I would do a quick video on it because it's not like a long drawn out thing, but it's so much to tell so many different people, like one off when you guys ask on Instagram. So I was like, let me just make a video about what I think about the different pumps that I have, how breastfeeding is going, all of that kind of stuff. So to get right into it, I am exclusively breastfeeding Harper. I have been for, next week will be 4 months. I plan to breastfeed as long as I can, as long as she will allow me and take it. Breastfeeding is hard. I don't think I realized how hard it would be. To me, it was like, okay, if my body produces milk, then that's just it. And it's just gonna be easy because my body produces milk, and that is not the case. It is extremely taxing. So honestly, if you've made it a month, a couple weeks, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, like you are a true, hero, because breastfeeding is extremely hard. I think the hardest part about it for me is like being her sole source of nutrients and like life sustainer. Other than God, it's me feeding her. And it not only is like mentally taxing, but just the thought of like my body is consistently like doing stuff to fill and fuel her along with me. So I often get tired and it's just kind of taxing. But long story short, I'm blessed that I produce milk and that I'm able to do so. Because while being pregnant, a lot of moms told me like, I thought my body was gonna do this. I thought I was gonna be able to breastfeed and I wasn't. So I am extremely grateful, but not taking away from the fact that it is hard. So I am exclusively breastfeeding her. She does also take a bottle. So when I first had her, I was like, I'm gonna wait until later to give her bottles because I was scared because people were saying if you give them a bottle then they won't want the boob as much, vice versa. So I was nervous to do so, but after I think week 3 or 4, when it was like every time she was crying or if she needed anything, I couldn't do anything because I was always worried that she would need me to eat. So I started pumping for my own mental sanity so that my husband could feed her, so that her godmom, my family and friends were able to feed her so that I could take a shower with peace of mind or do whatever. So I started pumping, and at first, she'll be 4 months next week. So I'm 4 months in. When I first started breastfeeding her, when I tell y'all the milk was just flowing, it was like, I used to have to change off bottles as I was pumping because so much milk was coming out. But that's also because I was eating everything I wanted to. So I was getting a lot of messages from you guys like, how are you getting that much milk? I was eating everything under the sun, like literally just living my very best life. And I would say the last month or so, I have started to cut back just because I'm not building a human anymore. So my body isn't burning like it used to, or it's just not, you can't eat like you're pregnant. And that's what I was doing at first. So to me, it's kind of just catching up with me because I don't have the I'm pregnant excuse anymore. So I wanted to start cutting back. Well, that being said, I have seen a decline in my milk supply. I've been reading different things of like things I could try to up the supply, so drinking a ton of fluids. You know, I got lactation cookies from one of the doulas that I worked with. What is it? Body Armor, Gatorade, all the suggestions that you guys have sent. So I have been trying different things to keep it up while still cutting back on calories. But to be honest, I just don't think it's possible to diet right now. I'm not proud of the fact that I'm just eating whatever, but in order to feed my child, I feel like I have to fuel my body. So I've been learning different ways to cut corners and trying to figure things out. My milk supply is not what it was, but she still is very healthy and very thick, and she is eating at mommy's expense, but whatever. But anyways, to get into the breast pumps, like I told you guys, I started pumping around 3 to 4 weeks. I started with the Spectra S1 Pump. I love it. So I started using only one side. Here's the pump. I started only using one side, which I'm back to doing now. I find that the suction is easier when you just use one, and I just put the haka on the other side and pump, you know, on each boob separately. When I try to use both of them, I'm gonna put this down. When I try to use both of them, I don't find the suction as strong. So I've switched back to just using one, using the haka, swapping, and doing the same thing. I love this pump. A lot of people were telling me they didn't like the Spectra pump. I love it. Compared to the LV, which is amazing, which I also love, but for different reasons. The Spectra, the suction and the level that you can like turn it up to, it does really well, and I feel like it's closer to what a baby, you know, does on your boob. So my midwife was telling me basically your milk or your body will provide based off of what it's releasing. So a lot of times people pump and don't pump long enough to empty the boob completely out. So then your body's like, oh, guess they don't need that much milk, so let me stop producing that much milk. And I think that's what was happening because I wasn't, like I was either using the LV or whatever. But the suction here is very, very good, and I feel like it's taking my supply back up to where it used to be. It's very easy to use. There's one button, power, and the vacuum level. It tells you the cycles that you're on, which I really don't pay attention to because I use it so often and frequently, so it's probably like 1,000,001 cycles. But it's very easy to use, and the parts are easy to take apart and clean. I'm gonna do a little video showing you guys how I do so. But yeah, it's very simple and easy to use. On the other hand, the LV, of which I also love, maybe not for the same reasons, but I really do love this pump as well. The Spectra is amazing for the suction and the other reasons I said, but you do have to stay in place, which is kind of, if you're someone who has to be doing multiple things at a time and don't know how to just sit still like me, it can be frustrating. The LV, you can move around and do as you please. What I love about the LV is the mobility, you can do whatever. What I don't love about the LV is the charge life is pretty sucky. After a few uses, you have to charge them. So it's one of those things where your best bet is to just keep them on the charger when you're not using them, which I don't know how to keep my stuff charged anyway. So my husband is making a face because he always makes fun of the fact that everything I own is always dying, except my car. Anyways, so yeah, the charge life is pretty sucky. I also don't like the fact that it only holds 4 ounces. And they say that it's supposed to turn off when you get there, but for me, no, I just overflow. But I think that's because I like low-key put these things on and I just go about my life and forget that they're on. And then my milk, my shirt, I can feel like the leaking coming through my shirt. So they're very, very good for the mobility. If I were another person, I would still say get both. Put both on your registry, have both, because if you need to do something else at the same time of pumping, if you're pressed for time or whatever, you could use the LV. If you're okay with sitting and doing something, I would recommend using the Spectra just so you can make sure to get that milk out of there and going so that you can keep producing more. I think it's worth having both. If I had to pick one over the other, I would probably say the Spectra just because it's more efficient, and it really, you know, empties you out. But if you have to do other things, so like if you work or you're, you know, at an office and you need to like discreetly pump really quickly, the LV would be your best bet. And if you can do both, so that you have that option. The Spectra battery life is pretty good. I get a good amount of uses out of it. Before it dies, it literally takes probably like a week for me to consistently use it and it dies. So battery life is better on the Spectra, not as good on the LV. You can't move around with the Spectra, you can move around with the LV. There are some other pumps that, I think the Willow is another one that I've heard about. I haven't used it, but I have heard the LV over the Willow, just based off of like polls on Instagram and stuff. So moral of the story is I love both of the pumps, but for different reasons. So if you're a mama on the go, maybe the LV is for you, but definitely pay attention to when it fills up, because then you'll just be wasting milk. And I have had my fair share of encounters with spilling milk, and when I tell you that I just want to cry. I just want to cry when any of the milk spills. I don't care if it's a drop. I want somebody to lick it off the floor, because this is just too precious. And with my supply doing whatever it's doing right now, going through a phase, I'm like, we have no room to spare any milk. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna leave some other specs on both pumps. Again, there are other pumps and different things work for different people, but for you all who have been asking me, these are the two pumps that I have and I love. If you guys have other questions on products that I'm using, because you guys probably know that I ordered multiple of different things just because I wasn't sure what Harper would love. Oh, by the way, she loves right now, she loves the Komotomo bottles. I think those are the things that are closest to my boob, the shape of my boob and things like that. And with breastfeeding, like, we have not had any issue with her wanting one over the other. So Komotomo bottles, people referred them to me, and these are the ones that like she will take at any given point. So right now, that's what we're loving.
How do you store your milk in what? I don't know what it's called.
Oh, how do I store it?
Yeah, like what those bags are called.
Leniso.
It'll go up on the screen.
Yeah, I use these bags. These ones right here. Love them. They don't spill. I have had some other bags that people just got me in the past that honestly, if you don't seal them, like, it just oozes out and it makes my heart just hurt so bad. Those bags, literally, you will not get a drip out. I don't care how full they are. If it's closed, it's closed. So, love those. What else am I missing?
Nursing bras are from Amazon and they'll be linked down below.
Yes, nursing bras linked down below. There are two different kinds. I use the ones, so I have the ones without the things for the breast pump. And I love them because they're easy to breastfeed her, but I also have the ones where, this one. So there's ones that you literally just flip and there's your, oh, my nipple's not out. And this is here, but there's other ones where you can I see the Spectra thing? These are good, these bras with the, I don't know what they're called, but I'll link them down below. But they have this where you can just, easy peasy. The other ones, there's like a TikTok hack where you have to like do all this and wrap it around and stuff, but these are great. You know, you have options. So we'll link these down below as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any specific requests for videos, mommy videos, fashion stuff. Oh, I'm so used to this. This is like literally my life. This is my life. I'm so used to everything just being all over the place. I actually need the pump because my boobs hurt. But yeah, so if you guys have additional questions, let me know. Video requests down below. I love you guys. Peace out. Oh, make sure you're following on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff. I love you. Bye.